Natangwa touché. Exitana Amushe.
Alright.
Okay, we're gonna start off this one with something that I just read off the internet, right?
Yeah.
It's about a guy making a confession.
Okay.
He goes like, sorry, it's a bit windy. I hope
Yeah.
you can hear me. But the guy is saying, being an ugly guy is hard.
Yeah.
You just greet a girl, and the world goes around saying that you're a creep. Did you hear that?
The joy creep, yeah.
So like you
Yeah,
just said
creep.
hello to the guy. Why are you laughing?
Because I understand.
That's deep,
I can
bruh.
relate. Because I can relate. I can't relate, but I
You
can
just
relate. I understand. I think,
You just said hi
I
to the
think-
person, and they're already saying, they're dining.
but that's the thing. It's not even about being ugly anymore. I think it moved from being ugly to just being a man.
Being a guy in general.
Yeah, just like when you're walking in the streets,
Yeah.
and then you just sometimes, honestly, the number of times I was just trying to be nice to people. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
give up your seat, say maybe on the bus or on the train,
Boundaries.
you know, to a really beautiful girl.
Yeah.
She thinks you're making a move. It's
Yeah.
like,
You must know your boundaries, boss.
well, like, hey, man. So now you have to stop. You have to stop being nice,
Yeah.
because now you'll start wondering, is it because you're ugly,
Yeah.
or is it because, like Exit said, "Sashandine, ukwangara kwiki, sashandine finya komadi." But yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how do you determine like your lobola price, or how would you determine your lobola price? I don't know what's going on with my English today.
Obviously, I'm probably not. Ooh, it's a difficult one. I've not done it before, but I've heard people do it, right? So
Yeah.
I think it
No,
goes
but
off.
like ideally for you.
Ideal for me.
How would you?
How would I? Yo, okay, I'm putting it out there now.
Mm-hmm.
So for whatever lady I'm gonna marry,
Yeah.
okay. So
For the special lady.
for the special lady,
The
right?
special somebody.
For the special somebody.
Yeah.
So I think personally, I don't know how these things work. So obviously you will need guidance from your parents and stuff. But personally, I'll probably say level of education will matter.
Okay. But then on average, quite a lot of people are educated. So like that's
No,
like you.
It just
taking
it
like
just
a
became no.
you
I mean
throwing
like
a
tertiary,
big- a big
tertiary,
net
tertiary
in
education,
the ocean and like
tertiary
you just-
education.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of people that are
Yeah, fine. So
educated
for me,
tertiary-wise.
if you have tertiary education,
yeah, you
that's-
tick
that's-
the box.
that's a 20 block.
Okay.
All right. So obviously, let me not even start with the Mary status. So I'm not gonna start with that either, because I know it doesn't exist anymore.
Bruh.
Right.
Bruh, how do you determine it? Just say it, man.
It just doesn't work.
Just
It
say
doesn't. Obviously,
What merit status?
Mary status.
Oh, Mary
Jesus
status.
mother.
What's- Oh, Mary state. You need to be a virgin. Is that?
No. I'm saying it doesn't exist in this world,
Yeah.
and also we can't determine it.
No, it exists, man. I'm sure there's a million other people that are still virgins.
A
out
million? I don't think so.
there. No.
Nah.
No,
I
no.
doubt. man.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
But,
So
right.
we've got tertiary
Even okay. So tertiary education.
yeah.
What else are we gonna go for?
virginity. You'd
Yeah,
say.
if it's there, then price goes up. Okay.
Okay.
So that's gonna give like another 20 block.
Uh-huh.
What else, bro? I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
If this is how what Lobola goes for, but
Yeah.
in myself, I'll probably be, if I really connect with you
Mm.
and I just wanna get you off your parents'
I will.
hands, you know. So I'll just go to your parents and be like, yo, how much do you want for this one?
Yeah.
You know. So
And
whatever
then-
whatever price they put down,
You're ready.
you know me, I like negotiating.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, yo, uncle. But yeah, how would you
Hey,
determine
man.
it?
Just body count, man.
Body count.
Yeah.
How are you gonna know? You know,
Yeah.
I'm not against ladies, but let's be
Yeah.
honest, that gender lies.
Uh,
It's just as much as we do.
Anyway.
You know how they go around saying men are trash, men are trash.
Yeah,
Bro, we are all the same. You get it? So I found more with women. They tend to lie about their
minus
body
15.
count.
Any number they tell you, minus 15.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be true.
Oh no,
And-
add 15.
At 15, you
At
mean?
15,
Yeah. You see, I think that would be true in the sense of, I think most girls, like they said, scientifically proven somewhere out there, they mature before we do.
Yeah.
You get it? So that's like we said in our last episode.
Mm.
These ladies wanna date married men, men
Yeah.
with cars already
Yeah.
in high school.
Already, yeah.
And we don't yet understand that concept.
Yeah.
We are competing against these guys, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be there thinking she's your girlfriend, so
Yeah.
you're smashing.
Yeah.
But that guy outside also smashing.
He's also
So body
smashing.
count is already 2.
It's also, yeah.
So when that guy leaves, some other guy
Yeah.
needs to come in because maintenance is not coming from nowhere. You think you're dating a peng thing, but her parents don't, her parents don't even have money to sustain it like that. But then how is she keeping neat? You get it? So, but then when you ask, what's the body count? Baby, you're my first. You're my, let's be honest.
Yeah. Do you think you could tell whether someone is a virgin or not?
Can I tell? I
Because
can't
one
tell.
of your criteria is
It's not the,
virginity.
no, it's not a criteria. I
Okay,
just said
one of
I said it no longer exists.
In the ideal world. you
In the
want
ideal
someone
world,
who's a
I'll be
virgin.
like, obvious. That's how it's supposed to be. Your man
Yeah.
is supposed to be like your first.
Mm.
But let's be honest, not in our world, right? I can't tell if someone's a virgin,
Mm.
but you'll try and assume.
What's your cutoff?
My cut off. What do you mean?
Like body count wise?
1. 1.
Ah,
One.
come on, bro. Let's
Ah,
be
okay,
realistic.
cut off. Like in all honesty,
One.
bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I never gave it thought. I think if I like you, I just like you, man, regardless.
Irregardless of.
But yeah, but let's not discuss your body count, like, because
Ah,
obviously
okay,
I'll
fair.
get jealous of guys that were there before
Yeah.
me. I'll be like, why did I not meet you before?
Do
know?
you think like when you have those discussions and they end up expressing them towards you, do you think while you're having intercourse you'd be like,
I'm
is
not
this
lying
what the
to
other
you.
guy did?
Exactly. I'm not lying to you. I'll be like, and then you'll be like, I don't know how it will run through my
did he
mind.
touch you this way? Did he
I
touch
won't
you that
ask
way?
him. I won't ask
But
him.
it's running in the back of your.
yeah. I think it does.
Yeah,
I think as men, we take pride in our stuff. Like if it's mine, it's mine.
Yeah.
So, despite him having had met you before me, why did you do it?
You should have waited.
You should have waited for me. You get it? But yeah, I mean, I think that would be my cutoff. So, but nonetheless, from my point of view, right? Not from my point of view. So I went to Namibia recently, right?
Okay. Yeah, how was that, man?
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, it was a really good trip. So I think last time we went, right?
Yeah,
we
it
went
was
with
hectic, it was
in the nicest way. We went with drip, hoping to go home and like drip, and then you go there and find like you're doing too much.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
they can't relate with this
Yeah, it's
stuff.
a bit
One,
too
they
much.
can't relate. Two, you're just making people jealous. Like
And
not jealous,
uncomfortable
which
as
is wrong.
well.
Uncomfortable. Like
Yeah,
yo,
'cause-
like you go to a place and you're like dressed, but you're overdressed.
Yeah.
You get you're overdressed, and then
Yeah.
people will be like, okay, girls will compliment you
Yeah.
and stuff, but then you're like,
But then
it's
you're
just-
with the homies and
yeah, and the homies just wore like normal stuff, like at home, like being dressed is like a nga skinny jean,
yeah,
a nga moiteki, maybe Fabiani and a nice cap,
yeah.
that's like
That's
nga
it,
being
yeah.
dressed.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
deep.
these guys, this what you, and then you come there, obviously.
Yeah,
And one thing I like about me and
Yeah.
you as well is like how we don't wear big names, we don't wear like
Yeah,
Adidas, we don't wear
like
Nike, we don't wear
expensive
nothing.
stuff,
We wear simple stuff,
Yeah.
but we make it look good.
Look
You
good,
get
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So when the girls see this, are like, what's this? It's unique. So you're always outstanding.
Yeah.
You get it? Which is still repenta, man. It's good, but it got overwhelming and it was just so unnecessary.
And
You get it?
And do you? Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
you
right. That was my
finish,
point
alright,
ish.
sorry.
That's my point ish. So right. So but my point. So that was us when we
Sorry,
went the
sorry.
first time, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we were dressed. So the second time I went,
Yeah.
underdressed.
You underdressed. Yeah.
Right?
I saw you was keeping it.
Yeah, so I was like, I just wore
yeah.
normal stuff, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go like
nice.
and blend in with everyone.
Mm.
Did I not go to Nast?
Hey,
Yo, the kids got drip
Yeah,
for days, bro. So I was like, wait,
You've
wait.
Yeah,
I was like, hold on. Wait
Let
a
me go
minute.
back. I'll
Let me
come
go
back.
back. I said, I'll return a stronger man.
Let me restock.
Yo,
Let
but
me
I went to
restock.
Namibia, bro. The
Yeah.
kids got drip.
It's
I don't know
dope.
who's supplying them.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're getting them.
Yeah.
But the kids got drip.
It's
I was
coming.
impressed.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
It's-
Had
it's-
I known better, I would have done that. You know the guy that does My Fashionista?
No.
So it's some guy that's on Instagram, right? He
Okay.
just goes around asking people, "Oh, who inspired your
The
outfit
drip.
today?"
Okay,
You know.
okay.
So I was like, "Hey, if I was like
Fresh.
that much of a content creator and if I had
Yeah.
time like that, I'll go around asking these kids, man. Like
No
it's like those 90s. It's a retro.
Yeah.
You find retro style,
still
but you
elegant.
also find like recent, like like my type of I would
Your
like.
type of swag,
It's
yeah.
there.
It-
Obviously, they're lacking a little bit. Like in some, we need
some
like
element.
proper suppliers like that can supply these kids. But
There's a business idea for you, bro.
Yeah, not me, man. I'm the consumer. Yeah, I'm happy being the consumer in
But
that aspect.
it's good to hear like people are like opening up to drip and like
Yeah.
opening their minds to it.
Yeah.
I just want to know, have you ever had an element where you were drip like fresh to death to
Yeah.
the point where, you know, like back home,
Yeah.
like being clean like that is associated with like, okay.
Yeah, to a point where I felt like that, or you mean where
Yeah.
I was called out to be?
Yeah, like, did you ever feel like that at some point where maybe you're chilling with the homies, everyone's got jeans and they take you out, and then here you are with some boots and like some
Bro, my
chain
hair,
and
bro,
like
my hair is done.
and like and they're looking at you like,
Nah,
the Morphy Manikis. That's what they say.
nah.
Yeah.
I think if you're insecure about yourself,
Yeah,
it will probably affect
will
you.
affect you,
It will
yeah.
affect you, and
Yeah.
also you'll create the platform for them to voice these opinions. But once you're confident, bro,
Yeah.
and once you know what you're about,
Once you know what you're doing,
these
yeah.
guys know that they got no grounds to make these statements.
Accusations,
Yeah, you get it.
Alright, fair.
When you walk in the room, you're just like,
Yeah,
bro,
clean.
what do you call it? What's the word? Is
Yeah.
it your
The cologne comes first and then you follow.
yeah, but what was it like your presence in
Your
the room?
aura.
Your aura, you get it.
Yeah.
So your aura just speaks for you, man. Like
Yeah.
when you walk in this place, these guys are out of words. Just
you can tell
just-
this guy is passionate about drip. You know?
no,
He's
it's not about
passionate
drip. It's not just about drip, but it's just
aura.
bro. You get it? It's just like it speaks for you, bro. Like it just makes the guys uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You ever entered a room? Okay, before obviously you were here, you were. I'm sure you know you were that guy that tried the drip things. I saw you wearing the strap shandies and stuff.
No,
you know.
I did it
So-
all, man.
So
Fuck,
do
I
you
did
do
it.
you do you
I was a
remember?
fucking pioneer, man.
Do you remember being in the room, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy that actually knows how to do the thing the right way walks in.
Nah.
You were
man.
never there.
No, nobody. No. Oh, maybe it's just being overconfident, but like for me, nobody. I was never in a room where I felt like, fuck, that guy outdrip me.
Okay, maybe on IG you looked at
Yeah,
someone's
yeah,
IG
yeah. I'd
and
look
like,
on IG for
but a
inspiration. and
Namibian,
feel
like a
"Ah,
Namibian guy that outdressed you, you were like, this guy knows how to dress.
Nah, man.
But I feel like
Nah, man.
I feel like
I've never been in that situation
I've
where I
not
felt
been-
like, hey, man, this guy is outdripping me. Cause,
I've not been, but I've met.
Maybe I'm just being too cocky.
I think you are.
Yeah, but
I think you are. I think everyone has. I think everyone has.
I
Okay,
haven't.
or
even,
maybe-
even
maybe-
with thrift, nah.
Yeah. No,
Because it
serious-
was just different. Like how? In what way possible would you outdrip me? How?
I don't know, man.
Nah, how, bro? How?
I don't know.
I've got a jacket on that has 15 colors, bro. Like,
No. I mean, like,
In
not
the way I've put it, the way I've structured
not
it,
now.
it's just okay.
Not now. I
Okay.
said like
No, back
previously.
then.
Yeah.
But who though? Like back then in university or in
I don't know,
in-
man.
in
You,
when- in-
you and Pandini knew the guys that knew how to drip. You get it?
who,
I
bro?
don't-
The
I
guys
don't
were just
know.
clean.
But
The guys
nonetheless,
were
point
clean.
point being
Yeah.
that I think
not even Castro will outdrip.
Oh
me.
wow! Why do you have to mention Castro? I guess.
Because
Okay, why Castro?
His drip is tops. I look at his drip and I'm like, fuck, this is
He knows how
fire.
to dress. He knows how to
it's
dress.
Fire.
So do you go for
But-
inspo?
From him?
Yeah,
Nah, man.
never. But
Nah,
nonetheless,
I think-
so the point I was gonna make. Sorry for cutting you off. The point I
Yeah.
was gonna make is
Yeah.
I feel like once you create that, or once you become that man that has that, right?
Yeah.
No one will call you that. These names are called by. I mean, they call these to. No, I don't want to say little boys. I'm still a
Yeah,
young man
small
myself, but
boys,
you
yeah.
call these to little boys that are like trying, and then they feel like I'm more of a male than you are. Then you can go around and be like, these are Morphy, just. But they will never tell you or me. They will never tell us that. You get it?
Fairs.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, another. I was on TikTok the other day, right?
Yeah.
And then I stumbled upon this video. It was showing. Apparently, there's astronauts that are stuck in space at the moment.
How? Who
So
put them there? Is it, they go with Tesla
they went-
again.
no,
Tesla.
they-
They went
yeah.
with Tesla. Shandis.
They went on a mission, right?
Yeah.
That was meant to be 8 days,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's gonna be 8 months.
Fuck
Them
that.
being stuck. Imagine just you being there. It's a guy and a lady, and I'm sure they both have like they're both married, and they both have families and shit like that. Bro,
Forget-
imagine
forget.
you
It's
and
a-
another
it's a-
lady. You're stuck in space for 8 months, bro.
It's a remake of
8
Adam
months,
and Eve.
and you're being told you can't come back because it's a risk.
It's a remake of Adam and Eve.
Just
Those guys will come back with their own offsprings.
alien babies.
Nah,
Would you call them alien babies? Because they're made out of space. Or they're made in space.
Alien? What is alien?
It's extraterrestrial.
No, I think alien is alien not like
It's made
some.
out of,
Is
it's
it not
made
like
in
the?
space.
Is it not like the unknown or something like that? Like something different from us?
Oh, the definition of alien.
Yeah,
I don't know, but like I'm just saying, like
alien like
where are aliens made? Like who?
Makwere, like it's how who's this Julius Malema, right? So it's like a term. You know what it means, right?
Yeah,
So something that's foreign to you guys, but I don't think because they are still part of us. They're like they'll be our DNA. So I don't think of them as alien.
Boss.
I don't think of them as alien.
Those babies are born in space.
Yeah.
And you think they're human?
Will they survive? Because when the baby is born, she's still a human. So when the babies are born, what oxygen will they breathe in? Do they have
what
enough
oxygen
food?
are they breathing?
I don't know. They'll probably run out. They were meant to go there for, you said 8 days.
For 8 days.
So
but they're
gonna
getting
run out of
supplies.
oxygen.
They're getting supplies.
From who? How?
So there's a ship. No, not a ship. There's a spaceship that's taking supplies to them. Like from
Why is
monkeys.
the spaceship not bringing them back?
I asked the same question, bro.
No,
this shit doesn't make sense. But yeah.
Conspiracy theories.
You know me, I love my stories in churches, right? there's another video of 2 pastors washing women in church.
I saw it. I saw that on Twitter. And I was thinking exactly what's happening.
What the fuck, bro?
Imagine seeing
like
your relative.
Imagine
seeing your relative going
in a queue
before you.
And they are sitting
I don't even wanna.
These Uyakaman,
I saw
being washed.
This is how you watch. These guys just wanna touch the women clearly. 1, 2. Did you watch the one of? I think I sent it to you on Twitter. There's a man that's showing men and women how to come.
This is a pastor.
I swear.
He
was in the chat. Bro, I sent it to you on Twitter. Go check on Twitter. Go check on Twitter now. Honestly, I sent it to you. Okay.
I'll check it after this.
But
how is he doing it?
No, bro, the same way they are doing the washing thing, right? So he has a lady there that he's using to demonstrate. He says, honestly, it's all on there, right? He's like, you need to go slow, and then he does it. He does the whole thing, right? And then she comes, and then the old ladies are like astonished. They're like, oh,
for real.
And the men are like, oh, I'm like, then I'm thinking, then maybe this pastor unlocked a new thing.
Man, fuck off, man.
But it's
no
true.
ways,
but
man.
true though. Like, when did we as a people learn about coming?
Nah, man, that's not something you learn in church, though, bro.
I know.
So much to talk
I
about.
know.
Like,
I know.
on,
But
man.
what then are you supposed to learn in church?
There's a lot, man.
Church multiply.
Hey,
I'm lying though. Jokes aside, but the fact that
so you just be sitting there saying, Pastor, go deeper. Go deeper.
The nice thing is
Go
he
deeper, Baba.
did not teach it during a church session. It was like maybe after church or like a class. Maybe it was for married people only.
Oh, like is it one of those sessions where it's
Maybe
like for married couple or for
Maybe.
married people?
This is now me trying to stand by the guy.
But still though, yeah.
I know it's just a wrong place for. But so much is happening with churches right now, and I've lost count.
There's another pastor who's raped his 15-year. Okay, he didn't rape. I don't know if he raped her.
Is that the one that bought the iPhone?
The baby's got a child now.
The one that had iPhone and
this one was from Ombogo village in Umsati region.
Oh, it's Namibia.
So a pastor, he's got a child with his stepdaughter. He's on the run now, so they're looking for him. It's still a developing story. Come on with the Sun News and shit like that, but yeah.
It sounds like one of those. It sounds like one of those role play movies, like role play porno movies.
I just want to understand, man. Like, what? It sounds like what?
Like a role play porno movie. You know, like mommy's sleeping. You know. But it's just wrong. Like so much is happening in our country, right? So much is happening. Did you hear about? Obviously, it's sad. I don't even want to talk about it on here, but I mean, it's things that are happening in our country, right?
Yeah.
And it's in Valves. The guy that was,
Yes.
And this is.
I think they call it Skeleton Town for a reason, or Skeleton Coast, or whatever they call it, bro. Like,
I remember when we drove in, we found those skeletons
for
outside.
A reason, bro. It's for a reason. I think you're asking me. Imagine how many dead bodies are there that are not
discovered.
Because
these are like these the people that are discovered are those that have people that care for them. So imagine if I have someone that doesn't care for me, right? And I just go missing. No one asks any question. Because for me to even think about doing something in the first place,
That's
it's
crazy,
probably
bro.
because it has been done before.
And it's very young people as well.
And there's nothing
That's
new under the
distinct.
sun. That's what my mom used to say. So whatever is being done now has been
It's
done
been
before.
happening, yeah.
So for me to just get it, I just said, let's take this person to the desert, dig a hole and leave them there.
Yeah,
You get it?
This might be a divert, and I'm sorry, but like
Yeah.
you're saying there's nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah.
I just thought of a theory, right?
Yeah.
There's this theory that
Come on,
says,
Charles Darwin.
nah, it says, nah, it's not that. It says the Earth resets every 6,500 years.
So all the damage we are making, we
So
are doing
it
all the damage.
apparently the Earth is constantly tilting, right?
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where it gets to like a 90-degree angle,
Yeah.
and then
90 degrees.
and then and then you've got tsunamis.
So where are the tsunamis going? Are they going up the angle or down the angle?
I don't know.
That's bullshit, bro. That's cap.
I don't know.
That's
Wait.
cap.
Let me read it.
Yeah.
It's called the Earth reset theory, right?
Yeah.
The Earth flips 90 degrees. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
The
Where did
sun,
you read this?
The sun stays in the same position,
Yeah.
causing massive heating, resulting in
The
massive
sun never
tsunamis.
moves.
Yeah, it doesn't move. It stays in
So
the same
why
place.
does the sun stay the same?
And then 7 days later,
7
it
days.
karma flips back.
7 days.
Yeah, so it's biblical as well. Like
Is it?
It's like
Okay, if you say it's biblical, then I'll have to listen.
no. Just the 7 days is biblical because the world was created in 7 days,
No.
or the universe, or the
6 days. 7 days.
okay,
he
6
rested.
days and then 7 days he rested. So, do you think maybe, bro? Again, you're saying nothing new under the sun. Do
Yeah.
you think all that we're experiencing now, all this civilization and everything, it's happened already, and we've just reset it, and now we are waiting for another reset?
I don't think I get the point. I get
Yeah.
I get the idea of reset, right? But
Yeah.
I don't think it's like nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah.
So be this war that we are having, the wars that we're experiencing now have been going on for
It's been
days.
ongoing, yeah.
You know, slavery
Yeah.
going on for days.
It's still
It's just
going on.
changed. It's modern day
It's just
slavery
modern
now.
day slavery,
And
yeah. It's
also
called employment now.
Yeah, and also they're killing. Exactly. Also what was I gonna say with regards to slavery, right? So nothing new under the sun.
Under the sun.
Everything happened before. Our forefathers experienced
Then
it.
why don't
But-
you want to acknowledge my theory, bro?
Which okay, it's true, but it's reset. But
Because-
does it? No, because what I thought of when you said reset, I thought
Yeah.
like this whole earthquake you mentioned, tsunamis, like they kill everyone, we all
Yeah,
die,
and then we
and then
die,
new
and
people
we-
come up,
And then
and
we
then
start
they,
from the apes again, and then
and
evolve
then the
again.
black people, and then the white
Yeah.
people, and then
Yeah.
yo, no.
Because
I don't think it
how
happens
do you
like that.
explain like cities
So you want
that,
so
that
so
are, that
so
are
where do
under
these
the
where
oceans
do
and
these
stuff?
apes emerge from? Does it happen all over again from the Charles Darwin theory where
No,
a cell
obviously.
explodes?
Bro,
Come on, man.
obviously, not everyone is going to be wiped out. Obviously, it's
So
going
then-
to be
so then-
at least like
so then-
10
so
out of the
they be-
7
so they
7
become
billion.
apes. So then they go back to apes, the ones that survive.
Bro, hear me out. Like, let me learn, right?
Okay.
Out of the 7 or 8 billion people we've got, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 50 people survive. Okay, someone
become
manages
apes.
to be
The
on the highest point of the earth at the moment when this was happening,
Yeah.
and then when they come down, they realize everything is gone.
Gone.
Festanji. So now,
were they doing? Okay,
now
yeah.
they don't have. They were hiking.
Yeah.
Right. So, so
Fair.
now they don't have the resources to continue with their life.
Yeah.
So what do then? They go back to man cave lifestyles. So they don't have the utilities, they don't have the facilities, they've got fuck all. So now, hear me out.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
a man,
yeah, yeah.
it's a man and a woman, okay?
Yeah.
So now they're using like they learn how to make fire, and then they go back to hunting, and then they have children, and then now they can't teach their children. There's no knowledge, there's no books. So they give the little knowledge that they have into the kids, and then as time goes by, that knowledge gets lost because broken telephone. And then eventually we get to a point where nobody knows how we got here.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. It makes sense, but no, not in this world. Nah, it makes sense. Maybe let's read up more on it. So, right,
yeah,
while we're talking about this whole slavery thing, right?
Yeah.
While you're talking about this whole slavery thing, so let's keep diverting if that's the case. So, I was asking, do you think we have slavery in Namibia?
We've got slavery everywhere, bro.
No. I asked about Namibia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
In
got
what sense?
slavery
In what
in
sense?
Namibia, bro. If you, I'll tell you a funny story, right?
Yeah.
um, my cousin, he went to. I think he flopped at school, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to go back to school, so he decided, you know what, I'm gonna work on a farm.
Yeah.
And then he went on the farm. You know, there's those farms where it's like you're cutting down trees,
Yeah.
and it's hectares.
And it's those stones. The trees with stones. Yeah.
It's hectares that you're cutting down per day. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he spent there like a week, 2 weeks. He's like, I'm coming.
But
back.
that's work. No. But,
So
okay, your
let
point.
me
Okay.
explain. Let me
Sure,
explain. Let me explain. Right.
Yeah.
So if you go on these farms, you
Yeah.
will understand that slavery is still there. Like if you go on a coal farm, on a coal mine,
Yeah.
for example, where they make coals,
Yeah.
you know, you will see how people are in a system where they do the cheapest labor possible,
Yeah.
and they work really really hard.
Yeah.
They get paid the bare minimum,
Yeah.
and then what the boss does, the owner of the farm, they set up a cooker shop
Yeah.
nearby or in the farm.
That takes their
so
money.
so now it's like you're being paid, but then
You
you
spend your
don't
money.
have a car, you
Yeah.
can't go to the shops.
Yeah.
So what do? You spend the money in the cooker shop, and then it just cycles back to the owner.
Yeah.
I think for me that's slavery, bro.
For you, yeah. But so why I asked the question, right? So.
And again, sorry, before you continue.
Alright, go on.
Again,
Man.
you still have our aunties, our moms, they're still calling like people menir and shit like that. And housework, look at the housework black people do in Namibia for white people, and how they value white people. It's still a thing of master.
I get that.
So
I get that.
that's
I get your
slavery
point.
for me.
That's for you, right? So the second point I want to rebut, but before I rebut your second point, right? It's to go back to the first point. Why I asked the question, right? So when I went back on my trip back to Namibia, right? What was gone during the whole campaigning of elections and everything, right?
Yeah.
We are approaching elections again. So what was gone came back.
What's that?
The children that were by the traffic lights, the Himba children. The
Were
kids-
they gone? They were never
They,
gone.
they pushed them away. I think they collected them apparently and took them to some place
Okay,
just
I
to
think
hide
they
them. I
were-
think they had a visitor from some foreign country as well and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they just pretended like, okay, the
Those
situation
kids
is
are
under
always in
control.
Ondangwa, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though.
And
These
even
kids are
if
supposed to be in
Andimbo-
school. These
Andimbo-
kids are supposed to be in school.
Yeah,
You get it?
But I think, yeah.
So, but these
finish,
kids,
finish and I'll make.
these kids are being put out there selling things, right?
Yeah.
This
Who's
is one.
putting them out there? Is the parents?
I don't know. One,
It's
but
the
two.
parents.
Two. We have these Angolan kids as well that
It's-
are supposed
it's-
to be in
it's-
school. The Angolan kids, I hear.
School is
I
free
listen,
in
listen,
Namibia.
listen. They are Angolan, so they come from Angola, right? They are promised to come to Namibia by whoever their relative is. Come to Namibia. You're coming to get a job.
Okay.
I mean, you're coming
speaking
to come to
of
school.
different people.
Yeah, so different
So you're
aspects
speaking
of
of the Himba kids.
This is child labor. The
That's
Himba kids is child labor.
And then now you're speaking on another aspect where
and-
people are. Yeah.
That's basically slavery.
Yeah.
They're being told, come,
Bro.
I'm gonna take you to school and stuff.
Bro.
Then the kids come. Then bro, I find these kids
Bro, I've
selling apples and
heard-
stuff in the hot sunlight.
I've
I
heard
heard of
crazy
this guy.
stories
Listen, right?
about that.
I heard of this guy.
Yeah.
Apparently, this one time
Yeah.
he was robbed. Some these guys get robbed a lot as well because they finish at crazy hours because I think they need to meet a certain daily target.
Every day.
And you find that they stay in Havana, right? Most of them, and they have to walk far distances to get to wherever they are. And then you find them in a shack sharing this spot, right? So this uncle comes by every now and then gives them some ridiculous payment. And that normally doesn't make sense, right? So if they don't bring in this money, I hear they're assaulted as well sometimes.
Yeah. I've heard something similar.
Yeah.
What I've heard is like they bring them in like huge masses into like the capital, especially into Windhoek. Like
Yeah.
you know the guys that sell.
I saw the
they
ones
by
that sell
Monte
the roads.
Cristo.
Yeah.
I've also heard that some of them they live in like concentration camps
lot,
where it's
yeah.
like we've got
90
one
of them.
ghetto
Yeah.
where they've got like a bunch of them living
Yeah,
there, and they're working for somebody who's got a proper job or
Yeah.
like somebody like a proper business person.
Yeah.
And even if you want to interview these guys, they most
run
of the
away.
time they don't
run
want.
away.
Yeah, they
But
don't
this,
want.
so how I know this It's because I used to live in that area as well. And then these guys sometimes, if they finish early or they meet their daily target and they just meet up at some spot and sit down,
Okay.
you just chill maybe around them, and then you
Yeah.
get to hear the stories. And like,
Makes
this
sense, yeah.
this guy assaults us and stuff. But it's nothing to talk about. I heard this one time I was watching Cops 99,
94.
94,
Hey.
right? So I was watching that, right?
Cops
And
94.
I think they came across someone like this, and they tried to like help him. He ran off. You get like, I mean, obviously,
I think they are told don't speak to
don't
nobody.
exactly,
Don't speak to
exactly,
nobody.
because this person,
Isolation. They
exactly,
need to isolate you
exactly.
properly. Yeah, yeah.
But that's what it is. You divide
Yeah.
and conquer.
Yeah, so that's slavery as well. Isn't
That's 100% slavery, right?
it? Child labor plus slavery.
And we have that going on. Why is it happening in fucking okay, sorry for my language. Why is it happening in broad daylight and no one is doing anything?
Because I think there's big people benefiting from it.
Fair. That's a
So-
good one. And
so-
that ends it.
So like for
Yeah.
you, when you look at this business, you're thinking sweets, mapungu,
Yeah.
ice. It's small businesses.
Yeah.
But if 10 guys are like doing this, selling these things for you,
Yeah.
that's
Ah,
cheese
here.
coming in. Plus
I hear.
minus, it's
And
cheese
it's,
coming in per
so-
day.
So diverting again, but also similarly related, right?
Yeah.
I was watching, I think, this whole, I think, is it Kenya or Tanzania?
Yeah, I think Kenya.
Yeah, I was watching this BBC documentary of this lady that snatches children, right?
Oh, okay.
So she snatched someone's child,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, you wanna buy a baby? This BBC person went undercover. I wanna buy a baby and stuff. They're like, yeah, I'll have the baby for you tomorrow. I'm like,
No
whoa,
ways.
yeah. And then I think they followed her around, and she snatched someone's child, took her to someone, that someone took her off to someone, and then someone. So point being,
That's
it's a
crazy.
long chain. You think it's
Yeah,
it's simple as
yeah,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, but it's a
Nah,
long chain.
that's
So
crazy.
similar with this, you'll be like, okay, I caught one, I'm
That's
helping him.
crazy, bro.
And then you're like, oh, I'll take you back home. You take them back home,
Bro.
but you find out the parents are the ones that actually sold him, and they're
Imagine
like,
buying a kid off of the black market, because you can buy
Yo.
anything from the black market.
yo, it's sad, man. We live in a sad world.
Yeah, I've seen something like that as well, where
Wow.
there's people in, I can't remember the country,
Yeah,
but there's people in villages where their main aim is they produce babies.
yeah. That would be
Basically,
sad,
just
man.
produce babies to sell them off.
Yeah.
Because there's couples who are well off, but
How
they can't have babies.
Yeah, it's true.
They're willing
But
to
how,
take
how
them in.
comes? How
That's fucked up.
I
though.
looked at
That's-
it, man.
that's
I looked,
fucked
and
up.
all these people that I saw in that documentary doing this,
Yeah.
they are not millionaires. So, but what you need to know though, the ones at the
Somebody-
top of the food
somebody
chain is a
is eating.
millionaire. So
Somebody's
I think
getting
one of them
cheese,
was
man.
even a social worker as well.
No way.
like-
And then just decided, you know what, fuck it, let me get
I'm
a
selling
side
some of these
business.
ones. Yeah. So
Fuck.
yeah, but yeah, go on, man.
Okay, there's another guy, a very interesting character. His name is Andile Pisani. I don't know if you know him. I think he's the guy who brought there's the first video of the Benz that's bouncing.
Of there?
The Benz that's bouncing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that video of the guy. You don't know Andile?
No, he's a South African, is it?
Yeah, he's a very,
Okay.
very rich guy. Or his mom is rich, I think.
Yeah.
So I went, I did a little bit of research on him,
Yeah.
and allegedly he's always wanted to be a footballer, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't meet the cut,
I think
right?
I-
He
I
wanted to
think
play
I
in the
heard the story.
Premier League.
Yeah. And then he created his own team.
his mom bought the team, bro.
Yeah.
His
and
mom
then
bought
now
the
the team is
and
going
then-
down the drain.
Yeah, obviously, but the guy lived
Yeah.
his dreams, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
was
think
just like, that's
I heard of the
fucking
story.
crazy. Imagine your mom loving you so much. She's like, my son, I'm gonna do this for you.
But that's what
That's
money can
fucking
do.
dope, man.
That's
And then
and,
y'all
you
wanna
know,
tell me money
we
don't
paint
buy
we paint
happiness.
we paint
Fuck
obviously
all that
being
bullshit.
we paint money to be such a bad thing, but money is a beautiful thing, bro. Look at
Yeah.
this. Money does buy happiness, guys. Get
No.
money. But nonetheless, on that point, right?
Yeah.
You're finding up your next topic, right? So
Yeah.
while you're working on that,
Mm.
again, I'm just
I've got a big
recapping.
one.
I'm recapping on my trip back to Namibia, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so-
was it that crazy?
It was just so nice, man. Like I was just looking at like, wow, we are progressing slowly but surely, right?
Yeah.
So there's Yango now.
Mm.
There's InDrive.
There's what?
InDrive.
What is that?
It's
In
Similar-
drive.
yeah.
Drive. What else?
It's
In
si-
drive.
it's similar. It's similar to Yango.
Okay.
So it's basically we are progressing slowly but surely. So this Yango thing is, I think, is the next big thing, man. Like the cab
Okay.
guys are complaining as well, like, oh, we don't like this thing.
Hey, bro, did you see what they did to the Uber guys in
In
South
South
Africa?
Africa, yeah. But I don't think Namibia is.
Yeah.
Our
Nah,
guys don't have.
we're not that
Yeah,
aggressive.
no,
I
we're
think.
not like that. I think even if we do become or think of
We
becoming
just be-
aggressive, no. Even if we think about it, the military is deployed.
Rubber bullets. Imagine
Yeah.
being child with a rubber
Oh,
bullet.
bro, yeah. But
fuck
that's
off,
I think we are quite a peaceful nation in that sense. So I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But nonetheless, man, I was impressed by that. Most people I spoke to were quite happy, with the service, especially the ladies. Like,
Okay.
oh yeah, I like
It's
it.
safe.
So, but most trips cost 50, not pounds, 50 Namibian dollars.
Okay.
It's quite
That's
expensive,
crazy,
but
bro.
safety is expensive.
Yeah, fair.
You get it? Safety is
But
expensive.
why do we live in a country where safety has to be so expensive if we're such a peaceful country?
I understand, but yes, as peaceful as we are,
Because you just said we're a peaceful country.
Yeah,
so
but
why
not-
am I
not-
paying
not-
that much money for
not-
safety?
not all that glitters is gold. That's a good saying.
Hold
But
on.
nonetheless, think about, as much as it's
Yeah,
peaceful,
I hear you,
it's
100%,
peaceful.
I hear you,
It's
I hear
peaceful
you.
compared to some
hear
other
you.
countries, right?
Does-
But still, we
does it-
we get people that are still robbed. You get in a cab, and you're still robbed. How many friends of ours do we know that were robbed?
it's a lot.
Especially students. These guys
Yeah,
have no
it's a lot.
remorse whatsoever.
Yeah, but
So
no.
and they will take your stuff.
Yeah.
And then they will take it to some darkest place. You take people to a chomise down value, deep in the Khamatulas, right?
Yeah.
They take your stuff, and then they beat you up. If you're lucky, they beat you up. If you're unlucky, they can kill you.
They can even rape and kill you.
Yeah, you get it. So why
They're the worst
I
of
might as well pay this 70 or $59
Yeah,
with
fair,
Yango.
fair.
Some people are still saying some Yango cabs still do things to them, but I think
Yeah.
it's the better thing about this is
It's the one.
you are registered with your ID and stuff to Yango.
Yeah,
I think
there's always going to be that
catch it.
one bad apple in
Yeah.
the whole batch.
Yeah.
But doesn't it annoy you that we're such a peaceful country sometimes, though? Because I just feel like
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
not, I'm not
bro.
advocating for violence, but I just feel like if we were a bit more firm with a lot of things, I feel
Like
like
what?
our country would be in a much better position at the moment. Because I just feel like our leaders are very comfortable.
Yeah, fair, I get you,
I
but
feel like they're
but
very comfortable.
that's
I
where
feel
my
like
G Amushe comes in.
They come up with. I feel like
Shalolo.
they come up with the craziest things, bro.
Yeah.
Like they can just wake up and say, you know what, fuck it. You guys aren't getting electricity tomorrow, and I'm not saying that's what happens.
Yeah.
But the worst that will happen from that decision is people complaining on Twitter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And
That's
again,
why
I'm not
I
advocating
keep
for violence.
I keep
but-
coming to you and saying,
Yeah.
as much as I do not probably condone most of his approaches or his opinions sometimes,
Yeah.
I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the end result is what we need. He shakes them. He shakes them a little bit. I think before him there was Kazenambo. I don't know if you remember
Yeah,
it.
and then he just
But these
he
guys
grew
disappeared.
tired. No,
They-
I don't
but
think he disappeared.
because-
He just got tired.
Exactly,
bruh.
because
He
you're
has
one
no,
man.
He has no
You are
backup.
one- you are one man
we are
fighting
just
a
breaking
battle.
up on social media, but when it comes to
Exactly.
actually doing the
Exactly.
talking,
When Amushe said,
we
guys,
are
come,
there,
let's
walking
strike
the
for this
walk,
and
we are
this.
not there, yeah.
Let's strike for this. How many people showed up?
I think the thing is with Amushe, I was a big follower of him. I was a massive fan of him.
Yeah.
Until he switched teams again, man. Like I just feel like, bro.
Let me
like,
tell you this. You told me this.
Yeah.
Something's in the lines of do listen to what I say or something like that, but don't follow what I
Don't
do.
follow what I do. Fair enough.
Something in those lines. But that's what I'm saying. Look, as much
Yeah,
as he's
fair enough.
much as in himself he's a lost man, if in that
No,
sense,
he's
right?
not a lost man.
Not like
but
where he
he's
can't-
just
where he
losing
can't choose.
followers.
And
because
he's not losing followers. That in my opinion, is when he's one man, just like Kazinambo was, right? Even Job and Panda, bro. I was surprised by how quiet he went after he became mayor.
Bro,
But
I'm
now
not
he's back
faking
again.
that guy, bro.
He's back
because
again.
it's election time.
Exactly.
What do you mean, bro?
But
What do-
nonetheless, point being, back to Amshola, right? As much as his approaches are bad and are not like,
No, his approaches are not bad.
why are you saying them? Why are you hating on him?
I just want him to stand on something. Like stand on something.
Yeah.
I just want you to stand
I feel like
for something.
The fact that the youth freely feels that we can go to this guy and report our problems, right? I feel like that's what you would want in a leader. I don't think he's ready to be president
Because-
yet, but give him
I
some
feel
sort
like-
of position, like put him in the parliament, let him go
Yeah.
shake these guys a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like he's still in his prime, just like
There's
Kazi
so
number one,
much
and
that
I
he
feel
can do as
and I
well
feel like
for
Kazi
the
number
country.
never arrange for protest. If this guy can be put him in power,
Yeah.
let him go arrange for protest and stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like we are gonna
Nah,
be in a
he's-
much
he's-
better place as a
yeah,
country. We
he's
need them
got
as much as
big potential, yeah.
he had this forex money and he ate and stuff. That was his life. Everyone lives their life their way.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get it?
100%, bro.
So,
We
but
all
yeah.
have passed. Even the people that are leading us are involved in quite a lot of things.
Exactly.
I just, my plug just fell a little bit when I saw him joining LPM. I guess it's because I just thought he was going to stick to his team, but I understand him because at the end of the day, I feel like
That team
if
is
it wasn't for him,
Yeah.
NEEF wouldn't be nothing, or it wouldn't be anywhere. Do you get it?
I think they said they're gonna sue him, is it? Or
They
wanted
were
him back
saying
or something?
Kama, they said
He's
something
childish.
about he's childish or
Yeah,
whatever, but I
but,
just feel like he
bro,
put that team
I
on the
don't
map.
know
bro.
who the president of
Me neither, bro.
NEFF is.
Me neither,
I don't know.
bro.
All I know,
So-
when you tell me NEFF, I think I'm sure.
That's how much power he has.
Yeah.
So I think he had the potential to becoming the leader
president,
of that team. If he had just sacrificed and said, you know what, all right, cool, the team fucked up these elections, we'll
Yeah.
continue campaigning and let's divert.
Nah.
Listen, bruh,
Yeah.
what he could have done is let's divert our votes into
Yeah.
another party that we are entrusting,
Yeah.
that we think has the same or similar agenda as we do. For now, while we get our
Party right.
parties sorted, while we get our
Ah.
paperwork sorted, another 4 years. Wait,
see.
bro, you know. But
Yeah,
now it's
I
like,
see, yeah.
oh, there's trouble on the ship, or there's fire on the mountain, you are jumping, you know, like your boat is sinking, you are already jumping. So
No, but
what's going
but
to
I
stop
feel
you
like
from leaving?
That's too soon, right? How long has the fires been going on for you to say it's already jumped? So we don't
No,
know. We don't know.
okay,
we don't know
okay,
how long.
maybe.
He might
First,
have been
first.
fighting these battles for a long
For
while
a long
and stuff.
time,
you
yeah,
know,
fair. Maybe
'Cause-
they are not listening.
Yeah,
and
they're probably
fair,
always
fair.
against his approaches.
Yeah, fair, fair.
Because mostly, you know, these
They
elders.
can't be against his
Yeah.
approaches because it's
No,
because
no.
of him that we know about the party.
Yeah, I know, but
I
that's
think
the
even
thing.
Julius Malema knows about Amushe, bro.
It is NEFF.
You know, like I'm pretty sure he knows more about Amushe than he knows about the president.
No,
of
he did.
NEF.
You know, I think when NEFF, I think, were cancelled or they were like strict from the upcoming elections.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? So,
Yeah.
but South
That's
African,
why he left, most.
they had a South African lawyer that came and said
They lost.
they lost.
Yeah, bro. That was,
I think
bruh,
I thought
bruh,
I read
you've had
somewhere in the
so
news.
much time.
I
bruh.
read somewhere in the news it said their lawyers were not given visas to come and represent them in the country. Something those lines.
Yeah. I think their visas their paperwork was being checked, but I think they lost the verdict.
Oh, they lost.
So
But
what
fair.
was the whole
But
point? Why
nonetheless,
are you getting lawyers? But
yeah, let's move from
never
that
mind.
topic, man. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Oh man, I stumbled upon another crazy story. Right, you know me, I love crazy stories. Do you know of one of the most expensive trials in South Africa?
Most expensive trials. Is it not what you call the brothers? Gupta brothers?
Probably, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Which other one is there?
Bruh, it has to do with, I'll give you a little tips. It's got to do with crowd control. And I didn't know that
The xenophobia?
SA, you know, the apartheid regime,
Yeah.
it was deep, bro. Like, they were deep into some CIA shit, bro.
I think I heard some of this stuff where they are talking about the Mandela effect.
Yeah, something
Stuff
like
like
that.
that, yeah.
But like, tell me what's the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
For people who don't know.
Go Google. Go Google.
You're
Bro,
not
your
talking
channel-
things you don't know.
Your channel will be cancelled before it even starts.
No, tell me, bro. I don't know.
It's alright.
I don't
it's
know.
alright. Tell the
So
people
there's
to
a guy.
Google, yeah.
There's a guy called I'm gonna butcher this. Walter Basson.
Yeah.
It's Wouter
Yeah.
Basson. So he was a South African cardiologist and former head of the country's secret chemical and biological welfare project. Verstaan je?
Yeah.
So this was all in the apartheid era.
Yeah.
So this guy was responsible for creating or trying to sort of suppress the black community.
Wow.
So you know how the CIA allegedly was selling drugs to the black community to sort of like obviously, if everyone is a druggie, they can't fight.
Snowfall.
Yeah, something like that. So this guy was legit. I don't know if you know about how Mandrax was created,
No, I also don't know that.
where
Teach me,
it
man.
comes from.
Teach me.
So a weird story is that Mandrax was a pill that was sort of like exchanged by the Japanese. It was brought in by the Japanese
Where?
and exchanged for fish
Brought in where?
during in South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then these guys experimented with these drugs.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this, but
Yeah.
but on them they supplied lethal triple cocktails of powerful muscle relaxants, which were used during the operational duel. It was even used for SWAPO people, SWAPO prisoners.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, testing.
So they were
in there.
testing, they were doing experiments on
Maybe
like
this is where-
prisoners, and like they were throwing. Apparently, they used to drive around black neighborhoods throwing tablets. So these drugs now that,
Yeah, so
that
guys
have
to pick up.
ketamines and the shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are someone who likes things, tuts the
Pick it
deng,
Yeah.
the deng is
There
smack.
you go crazy.
But
And this,
yeah,
is
it's
where,
a-
this,
it's
is where,
a-
this is where the
it-
Mandela effect might also come into play as well.
What's the Mandela effect?
Man,
But why are you thinking of that? It's just
I'm thinking of it because, like you
Could
said,
you-
it's deep, bro.
Could you
For it to
could
be.
you hate black people that much for you to just
Bro,
come up with
Yeah.
shit like that, bro?
I don't know where this emerges from or where the hate emerged from, but it is what it is. I don't even want to say honestly. I don't know. Like honestly, I think
I genuinely
we've-
want to understand
we
why.
lived
why are black people
long
hated?
enough. We lived long enough to understand that we can't change this.
Yeah.
It can't be changed.
And it's
at all.
not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. It's not going
Anytime
anywhere
soon.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
You
I
might as
thought-
well
I
make
thought-
peace with it.
To be honest, I thought
It was gone.
racism was
Gone.
ending. Not saying it's gone, but I genuinely believe that it was gonna end
Bro.
until we played GTA online
Oh,
the other day.
Yeah.
And
No, I don't know what to think about it. But that was a young child.
imagine a young child was calling you nigga, bro. You're just
Bro.
like, what the fuck?
And she was so sure about
Where
it.
you getting this shit from, bro?
Exactly. You
What are
get
you
it.
teaching your kids at home, bro?
But yeah, that's first point, right? And it's not going anywhere. The first time I experienced it, right? Now that we are on the topic, the first time I experienced it, I don't. Luckily for the shop, I don't remember this shop,
yeah.
but it's in Namibia, right? I went to the shop. I just started getting paid. I got my first job,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, I'm out there looking for things I could not get myself as a student,
Yeah.
So
Trying
I'm
to
like,
look fresh.
Yeah.
Trying to look fly.
so I'm like taking pictures and trying to make a budget, right? So I'm outside this shop, window shopping.
Yeah.
Since when is it wrong to take pictures outside the
It's legal,
window?
nah, you can't do
you know?
that, chief.
What?
We don't allow that here.
What?
Ah.
Since when?
You're looking like a criminal.
Exactly.
And that time, bruh, did you see yourself in university?
I
After
know.
University, hey.
I know, but that's a but
Hey,
aside.
Pangale.
So aside from my skin color already, I'm telling you. So I come there. I'm like,
You're looking like a red flag, bruh.
I go in. I enter the shop. You know what this lady says? She says to me, "You need to leave." I was like, "What?" Wait. So at this point, normally when these things happen to you, right?
Looking like a red flag.
No, normally when these things happen to you,
Yeah.
you go home and you prepare a rebuttal, like a proper statement to say, next time
Next
this
time,
happens to
yeah,
me, I'm
yeah.
prepared like this and like this. I'm gonna say this and this,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna launch a complaint. I'm gonna make sure this person gets the proper
Yeah,
fire that
yeah,
they want.
next
You know,
time never
next
comes.
time you get it. So this time though was my first time.
You're
So
like, nah,
I
fuck
did
this.
not know what to do.
Oh.
I did not know what to say.
Mm.
All I was nothing but shock.
Preach.
And I just, bro,
You were
all I
afraid.
did was
Yeah.
I left. I was shocked. I was like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
it's Panic mode.
Like, wait, what?
You just froze.
I'm like, yeah, you need to
froze.
leave. I think she assumed I was there to steal. I got my first job, my
Ah.
first paycheck. I'm ready to spend money.
Hey man, I
Get
like
it.
those confrontational moments, man, because
I
I
had them.
I genuinely wanna hear like why.
No, I had them, but
Like-
I don't want to hear why.
Yeah.
I get pissed and I insult them. It happened to me. That was the first
You don't
time.
need to
I did not say that
insult.
was the last
You
time.
don't need-
But it's anger. It's like, bro, look at the passion. It's
You
anger.
can see in this guy's eyes and he's been
No.
hurt.
It's
This brother
anger, man.
is
I've experienced
hurt.
it. I've experienced it so many times. I've experienced it so many times.
Really?
But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this though. when
Hey, bro, are you
Bro.
that black to experience racism, bro?
bro, I'm telling you, bro. Honestly, you are saved because you're light skinned.
Ay,
So the light they
fuck off.
overlook it. But no, I've experienced it, I think about 3 times.
Fuck off.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
When was the last time you felt that?
Last time I heard that, it was maybe 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Really?
It was not too bad, but this was more stereotyping than anything.
It's like
sim-
you're not like the rest.
Similar
You're not-
to
you're not
similar
like-
to that shop. I think that's what
you're
it
not
was.
like
It was stereotyping. It was
the
just
others.
racist. So I went to the shop, right? And I'm not gonna mention the name.
Yeah,
It always happens in a shop. So
What are you always doing in these shops, man? Huh?
I'm
Why
looking
are you
at
always
things.
in people's shops?
I think I mean
Go open your own shop
I'm in
and walk
bull-
around your own
I'm in
shop.
bougie shops where black people are not supposed to be, I guess, right? So I'm in the shop. She doesn't work there, this lady,
Yeah,
but she's with her daughter.
yeah.
I
You
see
look like a
I
red
see her
flag,
following me around. She's looking at all my movements. And unlucky for me, I managed to drop like a glass ornament. It was like something nice, but it was glassy, right? I dropped it. It broke. It shattered. It made such a noise and invited attention. And unfortunately, this woman was the main character in the whole story.
So
She's in the other aisle.
yeah.
No, not other aisle, but she's
Yeah.
like, it's an aisle, it's another aisle, but it's short. She could see me, right? She says, "You better pay for that." So she thought I broke something and I was gonna run away because it's too expensive for me to pay for. You get it?
But
Guess what I did with her daughter?
you paid for it.
I was angry. I lashed out at her. I said, "Ma'am, you need to learn to mind your business." "No, you better pay for that." I said, "No, man." Then I got pissed, like proper pissed. Like, I saw you following me around the whole, but I got pissed. Now she's with her daughter. I've tried to be mindful and respectful of her and her daughter, right? But I saw her doing this. You know, I saw her following me around first, and then now she's first to lash out. The owners of the shop, the people that work in the shop are there. They are calm, chilled, not even causing havoc. You know, they're like, "Just please, sir, just cover it with a box. Like, I'm going to get a box. We'll cover it. Don't worry about it. You don't even have to pay for it."
Yeah.
So I'm like, if the owners of the shop are saying that,
Yeah,
who
who are
on
you?
earth are you
Yeah.
to come and try and, you know?
Tell me, yeah.
You get, but I get pissed by these whole incidences, but that's what I'm telling you, it is what it is. I don't think it's gonna
happens,
go
yeah.
anywhere. It's
Yeah.
not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, deal with it. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Do you think your life would be better if you knew when you'd be dying?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
So
Wouldn't you be anxious?
I won't be anxious. Even now, I'm ready to die. I'm not gonna lie to you.
First.
As young as I think when you're young, you just wanna get to the age and, you know, just live life.
Yeah.
You get it? You don't wanna die early because you didn't experience life
You
and this
haven't
and that.
experienced it,
I've
yeah.
not experienced life to the fullest, but I
But
guess
you've
the
had-
job
you've
I do,
experienced it sufficiently for you to be like, all right,
yeah.
I'd be happy. With
Honestly, all I ever wanted to do is be in a better place. Like, I just wanted to, like, I'm not rich, but I wanted to be able to afford
you
things.
are not rich.
No, bro. I'm not rich. Don't say that. You get people coming for me, bro. I'm not rich, right?
Oh, you lying? Why you
I'm not
lying,
rich.
bro?
No,
What?
I'm not rich, right?
What?
I'm not rich, right?
Define rich.
Bro, I'm not rich, bro. The rich will be a millionaire, but I'm not a millionaire, bro. Right?
Okay,
So, right?
okay.
So all I ever wanted
Eh,
in life
what to?
was just to think of something and buy it. Be able to afford anything, right?
Yeah.
And once I was able to,
To do all that.
it just never came to an end. I kept doing things I could never do as a child, making myself happy. And I'm like, then you realize it's not everything. You get it? So, but nonetheless, in that aspect, I feel like I lived enough. In that way, I feel like
Yeah.
I lived enough. So if I knew when I'm going to die, why I think it would be better, one, not to say I'm not, but okay, let's take it out of the way. I'll get right with God. I'll make sure I have a will.
Why do you need to know when you're gonna die? to
I
get
knew
that
you
happiness?
were gonna say that. That's why I said let me get out of the way. But even now I'm working on it, right? I'm working on it.
Alright.
Right? But I'll accelerate the process.
Yeah, start running.
Yeah, basically.
Start
I'll
running.
start running. You get it? So, 1, 2. I think I'll fix a wheel. I'm working on that as well right now. But like I'll make sure it's there. If I know when I'm dying, I'll work on it.
implemented,
It will be like one of my top things. I'll have a wheel in
Fast.
place.
Yeah.
I'll ensure I'll have policies,
Fast.
life insurance, and this, just to make sure when I'm gone, my family is sorted. they're not
I
gonna
think-
be where we started.
I think we need to try and bring people up to pace with things like policies.
Yeah, especially
Because
our
I think
communities.
yeah, we don't
Yeah.
we don't see how beneficial they can be,
Yeah,
and we don't see its power. And obviously that's because we are not exposed to these things.
yeah,
It's only if you are lucky you've got a friend or two that works in metropolitan, and they can tell you about a few things here and there that you need to do. But I think
or if you have a rich friend
yeah,
that's
that's a
open
trust
to
fund
sharing.
baby. That's a
No,
trust fund baby,
that's open to sharing.
and open to share.
Most
yeah.
people in the positions of
People
or
stay
with
rich
money,
through policies.
they don't want
I
they
think.
don't want to share knowledge.
Mm.
I've noticed that most people in the positions of with money, they don't want to share knowledge.
Mm.
You know, like
Mm.
how do I, like some young child comes to you like,
Mm.
how do I make more of this?
Why don't they though?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Do you
I
think
don't
they
know,
feel like this brother is gonna come and take my spot?
bro. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know,
'Cause
cause even when
my
me
understanding
and you we
is-
are busy rising, we are
Yeah.
rising, right?
Yeah.
But I know you just as much as I know myself, right?
Yeah.
If anyone comes and has a question of knowledge that I have,
Yeah.
I'll sit down and make sure to
Make
deliver
sure.
it wholeheartedly and openly. You get it?
Also, I just that's true.
We don't gatekeep.
And I also just believe in like the more of us eating, the easier it becomes for everyone else.
Yeah,
I feel like the weight is lifted off your shoulders if you can teach another person to fish, and you no longer have to look out for them.
but that's just
So-
perspective. But when you have, we have different characters. I don't know. I forgot about this whole. There's this book I read many years ago describing types of people. Like there's this character 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts them in classes, right? So I feel like we are the good ones. You get it? But not everyone is me and you. So some people like being valued as, yes sir, Menier, like you said, they wanna be up there. But
They
the
want
moment,
to remain the menu.
yeah. So the moment I give you the same tools I have, we are both Meniers, bro. Even now the world, why do you think is that? Why they're trying to push for poor people?
I think it's done.
Yeah.
Fuck, mate, ended it up. Nice spot, yo. Yes, yes. Fuck, man, we're talking about real shit, man.
But it was good one, man.